Americans are hoping to get home from Mexico today. Tensions have eased from cartel violence in major tourist areas.
President Trump speaks tonight as voters look for answers on tariffs and affording basic necessities.
Also, the race for the Bears' next home is accelerating this morning, with Illinois and Indiana lawmakers pushing plans that could shape where fans go on this Tuesday, February 24th.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tanya Babich in for Val.
Good to be with you this morning. I'm Terrell Brown. Let's go outside, see what's going on this morning. We're going to check in with Tracy on the forecast. I mean, it's beautiful, Tracy. Awesome sunrise this morning. It's still cold out there.
Yeah, and you know what? It is going to feel even colder because it is going to become quite windy around the area today. But yeah, we're seeing kind of a really neat looking sunrise amidst some of those clouds this morning. It's 22 at Northerly Island. We have 20 degrees right now in Peatone. Some temperatures starting off in the teens, like 18 right now in Woodstock and 18 currently in Valparaiso. But there are those wind chills. They bring us down, and it is going to be a blustery day. Diane?
All right, out there on the roads, really starting to fill in on all of our expressways, but the hot spot is going to be that Ryan inbound because we've got a crash there. I'll detail that here in a moment, but first, a new crash just came in on I-80 westbound. It's near Larkin. It's blocking the right lane. Crews are getting there right now, but we're already starting to see about a half mile to close to a mile of a delay approaching that crash scene. So a heads up there. That tells us that it's at least blocking one lane. And then we've got the right lane blocked on the inbound side of the Ryan near Taylor. With this crash, IDOT is on the scene there. About a 45-minute delay coming in from 95th. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Diane. Now to the deadly unrest in Mexico. Officials say conditions are calmer there this morning. It comes after cartel members set fires across multiple cities on Sunday. The violence followed the killing of a cartel leader by government forces.
Yeah, since then, people have sheltered in place. Tourists have struggled to get out. Stephanie, actually, we don't have Stephanie Wade right now. So, guys, let us know where you want us to go. And that is where actually we'll do this then. So we'll mention what Stephanie was going to talk about here. All the airports in Mexico are now open this morning. Some passengers say it was an ordeal getting out. Many are relieved or were relieved to land at O'Hare after they shared those stories of fear and survival.
They were so scared. They were so scared.
Blessed and lucky. I want to go home and hug my kids.
There is one flight scheduled for Guadalajara this morning on United. There are other flights to Mexico City going out. We had a chance to talk to one couple heading out, and they said that they've had this trip planned for months and have already spent the money, so they decided to continue on their journey.
Really, a little bit, sure you're concerned, but you gotta live. You can't live in fear.
Plus, it'll be close to, it's like 500 miles east of 600 miles east of the trouble.
We're gonna be away from where the trouble's at.
We're hoping for the best.
They're opening their airline already, I believe today, so maybe they have it under control.
We're nuts, but
I know.
I'm sure a lot of people are thinking the same thing right now and getting on the plane and going on their vacations. Leaders in Mexico say things are much calmer now, but Americans are still urged to shelter in place in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Schools and businesses in the Jalisco state are also closed until tomorrow. Travel agencies tell us that flight schedules have begun to normalize, and barring any further violence in Mexico, there should be fewer cancellations from here on out. Of course, something that we're keeping an eye on this morning. A lot of folks have plans, especially with spring break coming up. More on that as we get it in this morning. In the meantime, closing arguments begin today in the trial of a wrongful police raid of a family's home. The Tate family says SWAT officers broke down their door and stormed their back of the yard's apartment back in 2018. Police were apparently looking for a gang member. Instead, they found Ebony Tate, her 4 children, and their grandmother. The lawsuit accuses police of pointing their guns at Tate and her children. The city's attorney denies those allegations.
A food delivery driver was killed on the job, and this morning his family wants his killer to be held responsible. Chicago police say 28-year-old Daniel Figueroa was found unresponsive yesterday near Loretto Hospital. He was taken to Mount Sinai, where he died. Figueroa's girlfriend said he had just gotten off work at Amazon Sunday night and planned to work extra hours for Uber Eats, but he never made it home.
I didn't get no text or no call from him until his mom reached out to me at 7 o'clock in the morning saying, he had passed away. I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm sad.
Police are calling Figueroa's death a homicide. They are still investigating what happened here. 2 states, big money, and 1 NFL team.
Illinois and Indiana are both moving on Bears stadium plans, while team leaders are set to speak today at the Combine in Indianapolis. Lisette Nunez has the latest on where things stand this morning. Lisette.
Yeah, well, Chicago Bears general manager Ryan Poles and head coach Ben Johnson will be at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis today. It's unclear if they will talk about plans for a new stadium. Of course, this comes as Indiana lawmakers took another step forward in pushing legislation that would set up the financial framework for a potential new stadium. Indiana officials have zeroed in on Hammond in the Wolf Lake area, and part of that would come from issuing a bond that would be repaid through Hammond's 12% admissions tax. Indiana also asked Lake and Porter counties to adopt a 1% food and beverage tax, and for Lake County to pass a 5% innkeeper's tax. The next step is final consideration by the Indiana House. And here in Illinois, lawmakers are considering a bill that would give the Bears a long-term property tax break for construction on a stadium complex in Arlington Heights. The mega project bill will go before the Illinois House Revenue and Finance Committee on Thursday. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it. Lisette Nunez this morning. Lisette, thank you. The Chicago Park District plans to spend more than $600 million reinventing Soldier Field if the Bears leave. The city wants to turn the stadium into a world-class concert venue and a host site for other major special events. Plans include renovations, upgrades, and infrastructure improvements to help with parking and traffic management.
President Trump addresses the nation tonight in his State of the Union address as voters look for answers on the economy and what comes next.
It is an important moment for Congress, but not everyone will be there.
Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois confirms she's not attending the State of the Union. She wrote on social media she is, quote, not interested in hearing another campaign rally full of lies, end quote. Representative Sean Casten, Mike Quigley, and Eric Sorensen also are skipping President Trump's address. It
comes as new ABC News, Washington Post, Ipsos polls show a majority of Americans disapprove of the job the president is doing so far. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio was live in Washington with what we expect to see tonight. Nicole, good morning.
Yeah, Tanya Terrell, good morning to both of you. The president will make his case to the country tonight and also to the voters who will decide the balance of power this fall.
Tonight, President Trump will address the nation as he tries to calm voters' economic concerns ahead of midterm elections. It comes as markets tumbled Monday amid fresh uncertainty over trade and tariffs. On Friday, the Supreme Court struck down tariffs the president had imposed on nearly every country using an emergency powers law. The president criticizing the justices following their decision.
And I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
Trump now says he will pursue a global tariff of 15%, arguing it would protect American industry. FedEx has announced it's filing a lawsuit joining a growing list of companies, asking the federal government to repay tariffs they say were collected before the court's ruling. Foreign policy also expected to be front and center tonight as 2 U.S. aircraft carriers were dispatched to the Middle East amid tensions with Iran. In recent days, the president has said he's considering a limited strike amid a major U.S. military buildup in the region.
Almost half of the deployable air power of the whole United States military is now in the region. This is the biggest buildup in over 20 years. So it's more than just a negotiating ploy.
The latest ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll shows 60% disapprove of how Trump is handling his job as president, while only 39% approve.
That is the highest numerical disapproval since he started his second term. Costs are a top issue as voters decide who they're going to cast ballots for in these midterm elections.
And we know the Democratic response will come from Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger, the first woman to serve as governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Terrell.
Antonio in Washington this morning. Nicole, thank you. We know some Illinois congressmen will have special guests with them. Last week, North Suburban Congressman Brad Schneider announced the CEO of Learning Resources will be his guest for the State of the Union. Rick Woldenberg was the plaintiff in the Supreme Court case that ruled President Trump's tariffs are illegal. And Congressman Jesus Chuy Garcia has invited Marimar Martinez to be his guest. Martinez survived being shot 5 times by a federal agent last fall during Operation Midway Blitz. The State of the Union is set for tonight, 8 o'clock. President Trump has said it will be long. Coverage and analysis in the Democratic response here on ABC7 and wherever you stream.
The city of Harvey has a new acting mayor nearly 1 month after the sudden death of Mayor Christopher Clark. Shirley Drewensky was sworn in last night after winning the unanimous vote by City Council. Drewensky is the alderperson for Harvey's first ward. She was emotional talking about the new role.
I want to give my thoughts and my prayers to the Clark family during this difficult time. I want to apologize. I still have laryngitis. But Chris Clark was a very dear friend of mine. And we joined back in 2015 and pledged to work together. It's very difficult to accept this role because we were so close, and he should be standing before you.
She was already serving as the city's mayor pro tem. Drewensky is expected to serve the remainder of Clark's term. That's through April 2027.
We are learning more details on the memorial services for the Reverend Jesse Jackson. On top of the events in Chicago and Washington, D.C., the Reverend will lie in honor at the South Carolina State House next week. Governor Henry McMaster ordered flags lowered to half-staff next Monday at the request of the Jackson family and state lawmakers. Details of the public tribute there are still being finalized. The request for Reverend Jackson to lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol was denied. This morning, Congressman Jonathan Jackson says he spoke with the House Speaker Mike Johnson about that decision.
Very uncomfortable position for me, just advocating for my father. It's not that. My father was a transformative political figure, and so I didn't want to belabor that. My father's done his earthly work, and so he deserves his rest. And I thought it had been good for the nation, but history will judge that.
Here in Chicago, several services are planned for Reverend Jackson, starting with the public visitation this Thursday and Friday. Much more on Reverend Jackson's life and legacy on our website and on our news app.
300 new jobs are coming to North Chicago. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced AbbVie will invest $380 million to build 2 new manufacturing facilities at its campus. State leaders say the expansion strengthens Illinois' life sciences and advanced manufacturing sectors. The state-of-the-art plants will focus on producing next-generation neuroscience and obesity treatments.
A 7-year-old girl will receive a special recognition tonight for saving her father's life. Last month, Xavier Bates was knocked unconscious. He fell down a flight of stairs at home. His daughter Mia grabbed his phone and calmly called 911. Paramedics got there quickly. They were able to give Bates the care he needed. Both Bates and Mia will be on hand for tonight's honor. It's happening at 6 o'clock at Linwood Village Hall.
Your live and local news just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, a historic first at the friendly confines. 2 HBCU baseball teams will face off at Wrigley Field this spring.
A brisk start now, but don't let the calm fool you. Tracy has your ABC7 AccuWeather forecast coming up next. The winds are expected to turn feisty today.
Good morning to you here on this Tuesday morning. Things have been pretty quiet, but those winds are going to be picking up here today. It will be a blustery afternoon, might even encounter a few flurries. there's not that much in the way of precipitation in our forecast this week. We've been eyeing something Wednesday night to Thursday, but as of right now, it still looks like that's going to stay south of I-80. And then the weekend, well, first of all, Friday, a banner day around here with highs in the 50s, but then it does get colder here for the actual weekend itself. Now, those winds, as I said, will be picking up today, and we could get wind speeds over 35 miles per hour at times. Skies right now generally cloudy. They're poised to stay that way. And then as we do take a peek at precipitation chances through the week, there's just nothing that is super impressive. Our average high today, 39 degrees. I think that's probably where we're going to land as far as our high goes this afternoon. 21 right now at O'Hare, and it does feel like it is 11 degrees. So today near 40, tomorrow mid-30s for high temperatures. We're back into the upper 30s on Thursday and 50s on Friday. Diane.
Starting off with the Metro delay, Union Pacific West Line inbound train number 30 is not going to run because of operational issues. So 32 is going to accommodate 30's passengers. So just make sure you're on the right train. You can follow it on Metro's train tracker. As far as expressways go, the Ryan is an absolute disaster because of a much earlier crash at Taylor. The crash itself, gone, but this delay, solid. I would put it at about 45 to 55 minutes coming inbound on the Dan Ryan. That's like inbound Kennedy times on the Ryan. That's very, very high. Westbound I-80 at Larkin, we've got a crash there, creating about a half-mile delay. It is in the right lane of traffic, as is this one on the eastbound side in the Oak Park area. State police are on the scene of that crash as well. I would say I would put it at about a half-mile to a mile delay there as well. Traffic really slowing down in that area. Otherwise, all the other expressways incident-free, although travel times are roughly around an hour on most of our inbound expressways, including that Kennedy. Tanya and Terrell.
All right, got it, Diane. Thank you. 16 past the hour. This is new. We're learning more about what will be the first ever HBCU baseball game played at Wrigley Field. The game will feature Prairie View A&M University versus Alabama A&M. It'll be on May 2nd. The organizer of what's being called the Chicago HBCU Baseball Classic shared more about the game this morning.
So if you go, you're going to see marching bands, you're going to see swag surfing, you're going to see everything that embodies HBCU culture. The kids that play for Prairie View A&M and Alabama A&M, they've never been to Chicago, let alone play on the greatest sports cathedral in America. So it's in the history behind Wrigley Field, like, is truly remarkable. And this event is totally free for the community. It's May 2nd at Wrigley, 6:05, and it's going to be after the Cubs game.
So the new baseball tradition aims to follow the success of the annual HBCU Football Classic, which happens at Soldier Field. For the first time, Chicago voters are on their way to electing an all-elected school board. That's on the way this morning. And we are celebrating Black History Month with bold flavor and a healthy twist. It's coming up.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Say your name out loud and count to 10 for a mic check.
Absolutely.
Today, candidates for the all-elected Chicago School Board can begin circulating nominating petitions. This year, voters will be able to choose all 21 board members, including an at-large president. Currently, the mayor appoints 11 members. The first day to file the nomination papers is May 18th. The election is November 3rd.
With rising property tax bills, Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi is fighting to keep his seat from Democratic challenger Pat Hines. Kagi is criticizing the Board of Review for giving commercial properties relief while shifting the burden onto less affluent and minority communities and neighborhoods. Hines has attacked Kagi for what he calls incompetence.
The voters have a choice of electing an assessor who knows what they're doing, who has the requisite experience to get the assessment right the first time and to keep people in their homes.
The same lawyers and developers who got rich off of the old corrupt system, they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to take this office back.
Next month's election comes just after the first installment property tax bills get mailed. Those bills are due April 1st. And remember, we have our ABC7 voter guide online and on our app right now. You can find more information about the Cook County Assessor race and others happening in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. Illinois' primary election is coming up March 17th.
Right now, we're going to join our Good Morning America viewers. I'll have a news update on TV in just a bit, and you'll see it here as well.
And when we come back this morning, Uber is planning to buy Chicago, a Chicago-based company. More on the move that could put parking reservations right in the app.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. Some Illinois congressmen will have special guests with them at tonight's State of the Union address. North Suburban Congressman Brad Schneider will bring the CEO of Learning Resources to the speech. Rick Woldenberg was the plaintiff in the Supreme Court case that ruled President Trump's tariffs are illegal. And Congressman Jesus Chuy Garcia has invited Marimar Martinez to be his guest. Martinez survived being shot 5 times by a federal agent last fall during Operation Midway Blitz. You can watch President Trump's State of the Union address tonight at 8 on ABC7 and wherever you stream. But for now, let's get a weather update with Tracy.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Well, it will become increasingly more windy, especially here for this afternoon. Skies are mainly cloudy with maybe a little sliver of some sun out there this morning. 21 right now out at O'Hare. 22 at Midway, 22 degrees now at the lakefront, and 21 degrees currently in Gary. We have wind chills this morning that are down around 11 degrees. Diane, after this break.
If you want total health care from a provider you trust,
hi Blair,
right in the palm of your hand, if you want soup, sweatpants, and 0 in-person contact, if you want wellness wherever, our virtual primary care delivers with great website manner.
no worries.
So choose your doctor from our profiles and enjoy the healthiest online relationship you've ever had. House calls have evolved. Advocate Healthcare.
Welcome back, everybody. Beginning with the Metro delay, Union Pacific West Line inbound train 30 is not going to run because of operational issues, so 32 is going to accommodate 30's passengers. Just check the traffic tracker on Metro. Make sure you get to the right train at the right time. As far as expressways go, very busy this morning. In fact, Orion is stacked because of a much earlier crash at Taylor, which is now gone, but traffic never really got any better, so it's about a solid 45 to 55 minutes coming inbound on the Dan Ryan. Kennedy close to an hour coming in, pretty stacked there as well. 2 crashes on I-80, the first one westbound at Larkin, where we've got what was in the right lane now pushed to the right shoulder, and this delay a lot better now, down to a quarter of a mile approaching that crash scene. Another one on the eastbound side at Oak Park, where that delay is about 1.5 miles approaching that crash scene.
.27 on a Tuesday morning. Look at that sunshine. What a gift. All right, got to stay warm today. 22 degrees to start the day. It's going to be pretty brisk out there as well with the wind. Tracy has your forecast coming up. But first, we have city council members in Evanston passing an ordinance to change the city's short-term vacation rental rules. The changes limit the number of short-term rentals in the city, and they add other requirements for owners. Property owners have been pushing back on these restrictions.
Uber plans to acquire Chicago-based SpotHero. The rideshare company says the deal is expected to close in the first half of this year. Uber also says the acquisition would bring parking reservations into the Uber app.
Coming up this morning, streaming at 7, Y'all, Ope, and Wicked.
Are America's regional accents starting to fade?
Plus, Chicago's newest snowplows have names, and some of them are pure comedy gold.
And from overtime heroics to Ocean Drive cheers, Jack Hughes and Team USA are taking their gold medal glow on the road.
For carb lovers, we have a question. Do you really have to give up bread to eat healthfully? We're busting that myth this morning.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. I love this shot. When the sun is shining over the Adler, it reflects on the water. It gives you the warm and fuzzies even when it's cold and chilly out.
Yes. Yeah. Not too windy yet, but it is going to become more windy through the day as we have a little frontal boundary that's going to be approaching the area. Our average high today is 39 degrees, and I think we'll make it up to about 39. But problem is we're going to have wind gusts maybe up around 40 miles per hour. So that'll be awfully fun now, won't it? Yeah, so that's what we're talking about here today. But yeah, there you see, maybe even a few flurries are going to be possible here this afternoon, but nothing. Yeah, nothing in the name of, feet of snow, not even inches of snow, not even half inch of snow. Diane.
So we've got pretty busy conditions across the board for us this morning. Now we're actually incident free on the expressway. So I'm just going to take a look around and show you what we're looking at. So this is a look at the Kennedy. This is right around Fullerton. We've got close to an hour. I would say about 55 minutes coming in from O'Hare. And the Dan Ryan has been an absolute mess after a much earlier crash at Taylor has now been moved. We've got a travel time of about 45 minutes coming inbound from 95th.
Okay, got it, Diane. Thank you. This morning we're talking about Chicago announcing the 6 winning names in this year's You Name a Snowplow contest.
Yeah, the winners are Abolish ICE, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. Pope Frio the 14th, the Blizzard of Oz,
Sven Cooley, and Caleb Chilliams.
Sven Cooley.
And yes, unfortunately, Cheryl Scott warned you about this, did not make the cut. But the city says this was a record-breaking year with more than 13,000 name submissions and 39,000 votes. What is your favorite from the list this year?
Which one do I like the best? Well, I mean, I love that both Pope Frio and Stephen Colbert have kind of like the Chicago ties in there. Obviously, Caleb Chilliams did. Was Sven Cooley from Chicago?
Yeah, so Son of Sven Cooley was a show that I grew up watching. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that's why I'm leaning towards Sven Cooley, only because that's the first time I've seen it, and I'm a big fan of his. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
so that's what I'm gonna go with.
All right. So another year of this. We'll do it again next year.
Oh, must we? We have to have snowplows again. No.
I know. But they had like 13,000 submissions.
No, I don't mean that. I love that. I just don't want to see snow and snowplows.
I mean,
I want to be without snow, without snowplows.
Put them away.
Yeah, exactly.
all right, well, there's this too. There was a time when you could guess where someone was from just by hearing them talk.
But now, according to a Word Finder survey, people say that they are hearing some regional accents less often now, including Appalachian phrases, Midwest ope,
Southern y'all.
So,
our resident Alabaman
Roll
piping
Tide.
in there.
Yeah,
Roll
right.
Tide, Davis. The survey suggests that people may be toning accents down as they move, work, travel, and try to fit in. Davis hasn't changed at all. So are accents fading or just evolving? I mean,
This is a really good topic.
As somebody who doesn't have an accent anymore, who
Oh, come on!
you don't think
It comes out all the time. I'll point it out to you.
Okay. I mean, my oldest daughter makes fun of me all the time. She's like, "Say it again, Mom. The house."
Yes, you say it all the time. You just don't realize it.
But it's so
subtle, very subtle.
So much more subtle than it
Yes,
was.
it
when
really
I
is.
mean, I moved to America 20
It's very
years
subtle.
ago.
Yeah.
And I used to get slayed for it in college.
yeah. Yeah.
You have no Southern accent.
I think it comes out.
Does it?
Yeah,
I've never heard it.
Never heard it?
No. But it's interesting because this exact topic, I was talking about this exact topic with my friends this weekend in Wisconsin because they have such big Scotty accents.
Yeah.
And I can pick up on it whether they're from Madison or Milwaukee or like different parts of Wisconsin. I can pick up on it.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's obvious to me, but it's not obvious to them.
To them, exactly.
It's wild.
Does Chicago have its own accent?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. And is it like
When
you
Hope
don't-
gets fired up, you'll hear this.
There are different variations
Yeah.
of it. Like when you hear Rob Elgas say Chicago,
Yeah.
like that's so
Chicago.
that's so Chicago.
Yeah.
But then you can also say Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's a different kind. Like I remember when I went to camp as a kid up in Grays Lake.
Yeah.
Like all of the campers who were from Chicago had that accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's the word CAR that always gives me away.
The car? How do you say it?
Nope.
Don't you can't do that.
The car.
That's very.
I gotta go to the car. I gotta get something from the car.
That's very Amanda of you. That's very like South. That's very like South.
I try to like tame it.
South Side Chicago of you, which is funny because you're a North Side.
I know.
We're streaming out loud. We're going to break in. Back with more right after this.
Good morning to you. Well, we start with a look at our temperatures in the area right now. 21 degrees currently at O'Hare. It is 18 degrees right now Valparaiso, 20 in Morris, 19 currently in Aurora. You know, we're managing to see a little sun out there. However, clouds are going to probably dominate the sky much of the day. It feels like it's 8 in Maryville, 8 in Aurora. Feels like it's 9 in Waukegan and 10 right now in Morris. Today, it is going to become probably more cloudy and increasingly more windy through the day. And don't be surprised if you see a few flurries around the area this afternoon too. Our average high today is 39 degrees and looks like that's what we're going to hit for a high temperature this afternoon. Tomorrow we are looking for some sun, highs in the mid 30s, and then overnight Wednesday night to Thursday, any snow chances still looking like they would be south of I-80. And then how about this for Friday? Where is this coming from? Up into the mid 50s. We are heading on up. Diane?
Looking forward to that. Okay, out on the road, so we've got a mess on the Ryan that I just told you about. Now we've got something added to that that's not helping at all. We've got a stalled vehicle on the Ryan. It's on the outbound side, but we've got delays on the outbound side that are pretty significant. So the actual stall is at 95th. It's about a mile and a half of a delay heading there, and it's in the right lane, so just a heads up. And then we've got a very significant delay eastbound on I-80. The crash is at Oak Park. I told you about that one. That delay goes all the way back to LaGrange. Now it is slightly getting better, so it does indicate to me that they're about wrapping up, or at least getting ready to push everything to the shoulder, but still in the right lane, still causing a significant delay. Tanya and Terrell.
Got it. All right, Diane, appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are celebrating Black History Month and putting healthy eating on the table without losing flavor. This morning, we are digging into Alkaline vegan dishes from Conscious Market and Conscious Place. Latrell Garnett is the CEO, and he is here this morning. Latrell, it is nice to have you. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the house.
Absolutely.
Been a long time coming.
I'm excited to be here.
All right, so what are you making this morning?
Yeah, so I got some tacos, we got a bowl, and then we got a seaweed burrito.
Ooh.
Everything is Alkaline vegan. We make everything in-house down to our tortilla shells.
Yeah.
These are spelt tortilla shells.
Spelt tortillas. Okay,
Yep.
so that's what those are.
Yeah, spelt tortillas, because, you know, a lot of people deal with dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
And you can go to vegan restaurants and still not be able to find what you need. You know, so a lot of people can't eat wheat, can't eat white flour, all of that. That's why we got spelt tortillas. Yep.
That's incredible.
So I'm gonna make up some tacos.
Yeah.
Of course, everything is vegan. But it's also alkaline vegan.
So what is, because I know vegan, raw vegan, what is alkaline vegan?
Yeah, so alkaline essentially means ingredients that don't contribute to inflammation in the body. You know, you could still eat something vegan and it be processed and it's still contributing to issues in the body. Yep. So we just using ingredients that's not that's not processed and that's clean for the body.
Gotcha.
So I got some mushrooms that we make in-house. And yeah, we're gonna take some kale. We're gonna put it into the tortilla shells.
Already looks good.
Yep.
So where are you guys now? Where are you located?
So we're in Woodlawn at 820 East 63rd Street.
Got it.
Yep.
In the community, I know culture and community mean a lot to you. Why?
Because I know that we just deal with a lot of things and we don't have the resources or the support to deal with those things sometimes.
Yeah.
Whether it's like health issues, physically, mentally, socially, you know, sometimes we're just in need and it's up to us to be of service to each other.
And where are you from, by the way, the west side?
I'm from the west side.
But your restaurant's on the south side?
But it's on the south side, yep. I went to high school in Hyde Park, and that exposed me to the south side, and I just fell in love ever since. Yep.
And that's where you are.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Biggest healthy eating myth you think that's out there right now? What do you think it is?
That vegan means healthy. And it doesn't. Hence alkaline vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
right.
Absolutely. Yep.
Do we have to give up bread to be healthy?
No, you don't. That's one of the things that people are very surprised about when they come to Conscious Place, is that they can still eat bread. And that's why we package a lot of this stuff, is because first we were making it, people were coming in and like, can I just buy a pack of tortillas?
Yeah.
So we like, oh, we should just start packaging this stuff. And then people just been buying it ever since, which is why we created the marketplace, Conscious Market.
Okay. So I was wondering where that came from.
Yep.
Okay. So now that's a little bigger, and there's an app that goes along with that, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, how does that all work?
Yep. So pretty much you go to consciousfoodsmarket.com and you could purchase any of the products that we make in house, from our sauces to our tortillas to our seasoning to our hemp cheese to the mushroom meat to mushroom bacon. We basically package everything, and you could purchase it there.
See, and that's I guess how you're making it easy for people to be healthy on a busy schedule, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yep.
How do you do this? How do you eat healthy? How do you maintain it?
Yep.
When you got the day in and day out.
Yep. And I would say the main thing is that we do meal prep for just $10 a meal, and we make it really accessible, really affordable. 7 days a week. It's pretty flexible. You could pick up whenever you want to, all through the app, as well as like the restaurant.
Right,
as well.
you can come through.
Yep.
Do you guys have a celebrity swing through?
We did, actually, about like maybe 6 months ago. A guy by the name of Yaki, he came through. He came through to the restaurant, and we recently posted a video of him beginning of the year, and we've gotten so much just support and love, and people just coming in and trying the quinoa bowl. People,
which is
that's what this is. People came in and bought that. We've sold so many of these bowls just because he came in and this is what he ordered.
Yeah.
Yep. So. Yep, and then we got our tacos. Yep,
it's great. You know I'm gonna take a bite.
Yeah.
Real quick before we let you go, anything that you're looking forward to? What's the hope for the future? What happens from here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really just trying to let the city of Chicago know about Conscious Market as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's a platform where it has not just our products, but services like meal prep, juice prep, massages, health coaching. We've also got experiences up there like yoga classes, fitness classes, breathwork sessions, Reiki sessions, and we're just trying to make health and wellness services just affordable, accessible to the city as much as possible. That's really what we've been focused on.
Yeah.
You know, it's only so much we can do in a restaurant, in a brick and mortar restaurant, unless you feel like traveling there if you don't stay in the neighborhood. So we're really looking forward to this platform that we made for everything to be more accessible.
You guys are already doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to have you this morning. Appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate
Tanya, we're going to send it on back over to you.
Save me one of those tacos. Don't eat them all. Still to come, Golden Hand, sleep on hold. Team USA soaking in the celebration. Jack Hughes is the name everybody's talking about. Next. A hero's welcome for Team USA after that gold medal win in Milan.
Yep, and now the celebration is rolling on for the U.S. men's hockey team and overtime hero Jack Hughes. Here's ABC's Danny New.
USA! USA! After Team USA galvanized the country Sunday with a gold medal win in Milan, USA! The players arrived in Miami on Monday, pushing equipment and hoisting medals. Needless to say, overtime hero Jack Hughes says they haven't gotten much sleep recently.
We had like a 4:30 bus to get on the flight to get here, so happy to be back in the U.S. now, and we're going to enjoy this for a few days.
Hughes in particular has seen his fame skyrocket over the past few weeks. Of course, it doesn't hurt that he heroically scored the gold medal sealing goal after having chunks of his front teeth slashed out by a high stick. Also, that probably does hurt.
I was just disappointed I lost my teeth, but it is what it is now. I'm going to fix these things. I want my good smile back.
In the past few days, the Wall Street Journal has run an opinion piece titled Jack Hughes for President. Experts say the value of his autograph has increased by more than 2,000%, and folks online are even pointing out that his name fittingly appears in Miracle, the film that chronicles the last time the men's team won gold back in 1980. Of course, the Florida native was already a star in the NHL, where the former first overall pick has made 3 All-Star teams for the New Jersey Devils. Not to mention, he's also rumored to be dating pop star Tate McRae after reportedly being seen out together in New York. But on Monday night, Jack was mostly seen celebrating with his teammates in Miami.
That was amazing. Unbelievable.
The team partied atop a double-decker bus that headed down Ocean Drive as fans cheered them on from the streets.
Like it was 1980 all over again.
You probably know Jack's brother Quinn also won a gold medal with Team USA, but let's not forget the youngest Hughes brother Luke also plays in the NHL. Maybe all 3 will play together in 2030. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Wow, it's a hockey family.
Very cool.
Sure
yeah. What talent.
Yep. All right, we'll get a break in. Back after this.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Taking a look at this morning's top stories, airports in Mexico have reopened, but tourists returning to O'Hare say it was an ordeal getting out. The country has been racked by violence after a top cartel leader was killed in a military operation over the weekend. Things appear calmer this morning, but Americans are still urged to shelter in place in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara.
Closing arguments begin today in the trial of the wrongful police raid at a Southside home of Ebony Tate in 2018. The lawsuit accuses police of pointing guns at Tate and her children.
The Bears coach and general manager are in Indianapolis for the NFL Scouting Combine. It's not clear if they will weigh in on the team's future stadium uncertainty. The Indiana House is taking up a measure that could clear the way for a stadium in Hammond, while Illinois lawmakers will consider a long-term property tax break for a stadium proposal in Arlington Heights. Beavers are having a big Hollywood moment. They play a key role in Disney Pixar's new animated movie Hoppers, which held its world premiere in Hollywood last night.
George Pinocchio has a look at the laughs, the heart, and the wild animal adventure behind the film.
You created a fake animal. Yes. Which makes the other animals think you're an animal. Yes. This is like Avatar. This is nothing like Avatar.
In Hoppers, a college student named Mabel tries out some new technology, essentially becoming a robotic beaver who can suddenly communicate with other animals. Piper Curta is the voice of Mabel.
I love this movie. I love these people. I love the man who made this movie. I love everyone who I haven't met I love Tom Lizard. There we go. Hey everybody, this is Tom.
Tom is one of the film's reptile stars. The animals are all dealing with their community being taken away by humans unless they can band together as one. Along the way, there is plenty of humor. Oh, and Meryl Streep as the insect queen.
And what a great part. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but she features heavily in one of my favorite moments in any Pixar film.
We gotta fight back! Let's squish the humans! Yeah. Wait, squish?
Be ready to laugh and be ready to surrender to the roller coaster that is this movie. We crafted it to be a ride.
But I should also warn them that there's some tears. So bring some tissues, because there's a few tears. But in the end, you're going to mostly laugh.
What are you doing? What do you want? The world could use a little jolt of happiness and joy, and it's kind of nice to be able to provide some of that.
And you'll learn about just how important beavers are for our environment. Bobby Moynihan, who voices the beaver King George, came dressed for the occasion. I'm glad you got the memo that purple is the royal color and you are a king.
Correct, yes, I did. I also got the memo. They put this, I was very happy that they made this for me, and then I said I can't wear it anywhere else.
Hoppers is rated PG. It'll be in theaters nationwide beginning March 6th. In Hollywood, George Pinocchio for ABC News.
I need my Emily in Paris.
She's paid tribute to Audrey Hepburn multiple times in Emily in Paris. And now Lily Collins will be playing the late star on the big screen. Collins will star in a new movie about the making of Hepburn's 1961 Oscar-winning film Breakfast at Tiffany's. The truth will be out there again. Hulu greenlighting a reboot of The X-Files from Sinners director Ryan Coogler. Danielle Deadweiler will star as one of two FBI agents investigating unexplained phenomena. The original X-Files, starring David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, ran for 9 seasons on Fox and spun off 2 movies. On March 14th, Harry Styles will be returning to Saturday Night Live to pull double duty. He'll be the show's host and the musical guest, something he most recently did back in 2019. On March 6th, the singer and actor releases his new album called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally.
I want to be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone.
And rocker George Thorogood is 76 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I want to watch old music videos.
Oh,
so cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Good, yeah.
Great song, too.
National Tortilla Chip Day today. Salty, crunchy, find something to dip them in and have a tortilla chip.
Give me some guac.
God, sounds good on this Tuesday. All right.
That's going to do it for us this streaming hour. If you're just joining us, the news never, ever, 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 ever stops. We have more headlines plus weather and traffic for you coming up live at 8 a.m.
So